I think my rocket went through his body. I need as slow as we could possibly do this. Like, are you kidding me? That is just terrible. That is just terrible.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Boys Unknown. Season 4, Halo Infinite. Have you seen this? Have you heard about it? Have you played it? Probably not.
Probably not. But look, boys, we're going to go over everything Season 4 and give our thoughts and opinions, our very unwanted thoughts and opinions on it. First things first, the bombshell to the Halo community. This has really caused some ripples. The night before the season dropped, in a tweet, Sketch basically says, hey guys, you know that story that we just kind of got into a place that's actually decent? We're scrapping that completely. There is no more story content coming to the game. The seasonal narrative is gone.
We got 3 people working at the studio. We can't afford to have 2 of them tied up on making a cutscene, so cutscenes for each season are now scrapped. This amazes me because there are literally YouTuber Halo channels that make their own cutscenes and are making things
that are way better.
One person that are just way better than almost blur cutscenes. And it's amazing that a studio can't make just a small cutscene for each season, but whatever, I don't care.
This is the last thing I care about in a multiplayer game. The seasonal cutscene, the narrative cutscenes. I think this is another example of 343 doing something because they feel like they have to with every other live service game. Well, Apex has cutscenes and Fortnite has cutscenes. We have to have them. So I think from the beginning, they've been a waste of time. If you've followed them along, they've been a joke the whole way through. They just kind of got a little bit better in season 4 here, but that's exactly where they had to be chopped off completely. I mean, it does suck because we don't have any story DLC for Halo Infinite, but are we even going to get another game at this point? The franchise is quite in the gutter, boys. You're going to have to be waiting a long time for lore stuff.
Yeah, Xbox doesn't care. They don't care. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, this is expected. They should have this a long time ago, but yeah, that just gives you a little bit of insight to, you know, what's going on at 343. Obviously, there's been cuts. There's been leadership changes, but at the end of the day, they weren't really in a position from the beginning to do this stuff.
Halo's never had a multiplayer story, so I don't want one now. So let's talk about Infection, Halo Infinite's take on it. Well, it's Infection.
It's definitely Infection, boys. I played a bunch of it on stream. I think it's fun. This is my opinion on Infection. It's fun.
Yeah.
But it got old pretty quick. And after that, season 4, that's it. That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
The thing about Infection that Halo Infinite reminded me of, because I've been waiting for it for so long, I've been so excited for it, but Infection's always been one of those game modes where I'm just tired of playing Slayer or something, so I hop in for a couple rounds. Just to change it up, 2-3 rounds, but it gets old real fast, and then you go back to doing whatever you were doing.
And then you go play something else. So, like, not having it at launch, it adds to the level of this game feels dead and boring. It's because, you know, you're playing objective game modes, you want to switch off to a casual game mode, and it keeps you playing longer because then you get some variety. Right?
Yeah.
There hasn't been variety for a while. We have variety now, but it's just like the other shit has been played so much. It's just tough.
I do like the atmosphere and whatnot.
They did a good job with the maps.
And how they make you look when you're infected and stuff like that. They actually did a good job of it, not gonna lie.
The infected look good, the alpha, the betas. I do like now this is a hot topic, the armor ability abilities that they have. Obviously, you spawn with commandos and shotguns, but there's weapons everywhere, so all kinds of guns. I think it would be better if you started with pistols. I don't know. Commandos kind of suck for inspection. It just feels like it would change to make a change. I don't know why they did that, but whatever. You pick up guns anyway, so everyone has crazy guns anyway. But I don't know. The infected are a little more on the OP side of things, I think.
That's what I was going to say. I'm not sure they need to be having active camo or anything like that. Like, they rip around active camo, and I feel like it's much more difficult, this one, to survive.
Yeah, and a thing about them moving very quickly. The infected, because they're like, they have this accelerator boost where they're flying around the map, I think it exacerbates desync to make the overall experience worse, because there were so many instances where I shoot a guy in the chest with my shotgun, close blank range, and it's not a kill, and I get sorted to death. And I'm like, what? Did the game even register my shot? Was the player moving so fast that he overcame, you know, like the lobby on my screen? Like, was he farther than I could actually see because of desync? probably. And I had a lot of instances of just like deaths where I felt like it should have been at least a trade.
Yeah, so did I.
And that's just Halo Infinite in a nutshell. And I'm playing on an Xbox Series X with a hardwired connection. And I'm looking at my ping. I got like minimal ping. And this is happening. So that's just not a ping issue like they tried to explain in their 12 blogs posts about desync, saying it's just ping. But yeah, it just makes overall experience frustrating. And that's pretty much sums up Infection for me. It was fun, but it got old quick. And the same problems of the game bleed into it. I mean, it is what it is. You know, it's Halo Infinite. Fellas, what are we talking about? The new map is a pretty awesome map. Not gonna lie. The new maps are really cool. Force is great. All the Infection variant of the maps are great. The new map, Scar. Now, I tried to play Scar in Big Team Battle. And after like about 10 matches, I got banned for quitting because I couldn't get Scar. The random lottery way that they do picking your game modes, there's no veto, there's no pregame lobbies, there's no nothing. You sign in, you roll the dice, you get a map in Big Team Battle. I couldn't play on Scar, so I had to walk around in frickin' the academy to look at it. It looks nice, but yeah, the same problems with Big Team Battle. It might as well not even be in the game. You have a brand new Big Team Battle map and no one gets to play it, basically, unless you're just lucky rolling the dice. So might as well not be in the game. I thought they fixed the problem with there being like a new 24/7 playlist for a new map, but they've probably hit the cap that they could have, right?
Yeah, I think we're probably at the point where they're going to have to start removing some if they want to add anything else. But let's face it, nothing else is getting added. Nothing else is getting added to this game.
Yeah, they do rotate stuff in and out, but it's frustrating when your favorite game mode gets rotated out. And they rotated out heavies. I thought we figured out that heavies was the best Big Team Battle experience. Playing Big Team Battles after playing heavies is miserable. It's so boring in comparison. And I'm just on there trying to get the new map and I can't do it. So that's all the content. You can't play half the content really. So you have Infection and that's it. Career rank, boy, now that we have it, is completely pointless in my opinion. Good lord. Right off the bat, try to find career rank. I had to ask chat. I searched everywhere. I finally found where you can see it. If you go through like, you know, like a sub pause menu in the settings, you can look at your career rank and it just feels pointless. It doesn't add anything to the experience.
I guess I'm glad that we got a number that goes up, but you can't see it anywhere.
Yeah, it's truly an afterthought. There's no commendations.
It's like they've hid it. They've hid it in the menus to make it so like you can't find it.
If you didn't know they added it, I don't think you'd notice. I swear to God. Other than when you at the end of a game.
I actually didn't know.
It's hilarious.
No, I truly forgot about it.
It's just another loading screen at the end.
I was playing it, and then I watched the video you made, and you talked about career rank.
The live stream.
And then I went, oh yeah, they added that. I completely forgot.
I think of Reach. You could look at your Spartan. You saw your medals. You saw everyone's level in the pregame lobby.
I think the real issue here is not the career rank itself, but just the
game.
fact that there's no pregame lobbies and the rest of the game in the menu.
Well, it's just the game.
Everything's just terrible.
It was an afterthought, like half the things in this game. You launched without it, and they admitted, oh yeah, it should have been there at launch. But like, that's just a staple feature for any game with guns, where you shoot people in multiplayer. Just a career rank, right? But it's just such an afterthought, and it adds nothing. So like, that's it. With that, what else do we have? New cosmetics. We have a video on it already. Who cares? You're a level 100 for the battle pass as a shotgun. That you quite literally, I compared them. You can't tell if it's the level 100 or if it's the default. It's barely a difference. If someone snuck in my game and bought it for me, I would have never noticed I had it. So I don't care about the cosmetics.
Funny thing about cosmetics though, while we're on the topic, this new Forge update, you can now place dead Spartans on the ground. And funny thing about that is you can customize their colors.
Oh, you can?
Very in depth. You can customize every bit of them.
Really?
Primary, secondary colors on all the pieces of armor.
And if they're shiny or not.
It's interesting that they could do that in Forge, but not on your normal Spartan.
Yeah, it seems like that feature's built into the game, but I think that feature fundamentally undermines the entire, shop system they have built.
But boy, oh boy, is that ever a slap in the face.
Add it to the list of slaps in the face. I call it add to the list of fists in my ass when you're trying to play this game.
Just another spit in the fans' mouths.
Slap in the face. Keep eating our shit, pigs, is what that feels like. But Season 4, all our thoughts. The game really just feels like a beta still. It just feels like a beta. It feels like a pre-release game, and it has since launch. Halo Infinite Season 4... You got Infection, I guess, and some other stuff. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. To each their own. I'm gonna start uploading as much other content as I possibly can and try to get out of being a Halo YouTuber. Love you boys. Like, subscribe.